Hello, my dear patients and friends. Today I want to talk to you about a topic that still makes many people blush, feel guilty, or even afraid to bring up with their doctor. Masturbation. Yes, solo sex. Is it healthy? Is it harmful? Can it affect your relationships or your performance in bed? As a urologist and pelvic surgeon, I get these questions every single day, from men and women, young adults and married couples alike. And the truth is, when practiced consciously, masturbation can be one of the most natural and healthy ways to care for yourself. Let's start from the beginning. Masturbation is a neural physiological response. The human body was designed to experience pleasure and to release tension. During orgasm, your brain releases a powerful cocktail of feel-good chemicals: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. These hormones help reduce stress, relieve pain, improve mood, promote better sleep, and even enhance focus the next day. That's why many people describe a sense of calm and satisfaction afterward, almost like a comforting hug from themselves. But the benefits go far beyond momentary pleasure. Masturbation is also a safe way to explore your own body, to understand what arouses you, and to learn how to communicate that to your partner. In many healthy relationships, this kind of self-knowledge is exactly what deepens intimacy and emotional connection. Yet, despite all these positive aspects, masturbation remains surrounded by myths, some ancient, some moral, and many simply based on misinformation. One of the oldest myths says masturbation will make you go blind or cause hair to grow on your palms. None of that is true. If it were, we'd have a world full of blind people with furry hands. These stories were created centuries ago, when pleasure was seen as sinful and the human body as something to repress rather than understand. Another common misconception is that frequent masturbation can cause erectile dysfunction. In reality, the opposite tends to be true. Masturbation actually strengthens the pelvic floor muscles, the same muscles used during sex that help maintain erections and orgasms. When those muscles are regularly engaged, they become stronger, leading to better control and often a more satisfying sex life. But there's one important caveat: pornography. With how easily accessible explicit content has become, many young people's first exposure to sex happens through screens, and that can distort their perception of what real intimacy looks like. The brain starts to associate pleasure with unrealistic visual stimulation, exaggerated sounds, extreme angles, constant novelty. Over time, this can desensitize normal arousal and make it harder to feel excited by real-life encounters. It may also create anxiety, performance pressure, and a false sense of inadequacy, which together can lead to erectile difficulties. So the problem isn't masturbation itself. It's when the brain becomes dependent on artificial stimulation. The solution is not guilt or suppression. It's mindfulness and moderation. Allow yourself to experience pleasure naturally, without rushing, without pressure, without unrealistic expectations. Now, let's talk about guilt. Many people grew up being told that touching themselves was dirty or shameful. That emotional weight can stick with you for years and even manifest as anxiety, low self-esteem, or sexual dysfunction. If that's something you struggle with, please know you are not alone. A qualified sex therapist or counselor can help you work through these feelings and build a healthier relationship with your own body. Another question I hear all the time is, "Doctor, can I masturbate too much?" And my answer is, it depends. For most people, masturbation, even daily, is completely harmless. It becomes concerning only when it starts interfering with your everyday life. If it's disrupting work, relationships, sleep, or if it feels compulsive, like something you have to do rather than something you want to do. If that happens, it's not about shame. It's about balance. Sometimes, what looks like a sexual problem is actually a way the brain is trying to cope with stress, boredom, or emotional pain. In those cases, support from a mental health professional can make all the difference. Interestingly, for some men who suffer from chronic pelvic pain or testicular tension, I actually recommend moderate masturbation as part of treatment. The muscle contractions during orgasm can help relieve pressure, release stress, and improve overall pelvic health. So, in certain medical contexts, masturbation can be therapeutic. Another myth I hear is that masturbation means you're unhappy in your relationship. It's absolutely false. Many people in loving, healthy partnerships still masturbate, sometimes alone, sometimes together. Solo sex isn't a sign of dissatisfaction. It's a way to maintain connection with your own body. It can even enrich your intimacy with your partner, since self-knowledge makes communication and mutual pleasure easier. And then there's the famous testosterone myth. Some believe masturbation lowers testosterone levels, but scientific research shows the opposite. During orgasm, testosterone briefly increases, then naturally returns to its baseline level. There's no evidence that masturbation drains or permanently lowers hormone levels. The confusion likely comes from ancient beliefs. Greek and Roman soldiers avoided sex before battle because they thought abstinence made them stronger and more aggressive. Modern science, however, has found no proof that sexual activity or masturbation weakens physical performance. Your energy, focus, and confidence are much more influenced by sleep, diet, exercise, and mental balance than by whether or not you masturbate. So what can we take from all this? That pleasure is not the enemy. Problems arise only when guilt, shame, or compulsive behavior take over. Self-knowledge, on the other hand, is liberation. Understanding your own body, knowing what brings you joy, and respecting your limits, that's what true self-love is about. When you touch yourself with mindfulness, respect, and care, you're not just seeking pleasure. You're reconnecting with your emotional health. When you know your body, you learn how to communicate it to others. And when two people meet from a place of awareness instead of shame, intimacy becomes much more genuine. It's not about how often, it's about how consciously. It's not about guilt, it's about balance. So if you've ever wondered whether masturbation is good or bad, here's the truth. It depends entirely on your relationship with it. If it relaxes you, helps you sleep, and doesn't interfere with your daily life, it's perfectly fine. But if it becomes an obligation, a compulsion, or a source of shame, it's time to pause, reflect, and reach out for help if needed. Remember, pleasure is one of the most human experiences we have. Caring for your sexual health means caring for your entire self, body, mind, and soul. I'm Dr. Rena Loeb, urologist and pelvic surgeon. If this video helped you better understand your body and break free from old taboos, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to this channel. Talking openly about sexual health is the first step toward emotional freedom and stronger self-esteem. Take care of yourself, respect yourself, and remember, knowing your body is the beginning of truly loving yourself. See you in the next video.